Welcome to another round of the Beginner Series videos. Today we're going to be talking about some of the other buildings that you use for certain things, like this one here. This one is the Army Staff Room. This is also a good place to work on a couple things. Tactic Center, your formations here. You can also work on different officers and ideas in the tactic maneuvers. And then we'll also discuss the Recycling Center. So let us begin. We'll start with this one since we're here. The Recycling Center is kind of an interesting building where you produce troops based on how many, we'll call it, of the parts and bits that come back from war. So when you're out and either being attacked or attacking, and obviously you're losing some troops, part of those come back and they get piled in here, and from there you build your troops. Let's look at the information here. So this is the production capacity based on the level. So as you raise the level, you can build, now granted it's not a lot, but you can definitely build a fair bit of troops. Then the materials capacity does increase as well, and these troops become a one-time use kind of troop. You can send them out to, in a formation just like any other troop. They still hold the same strength and abilities, but when they are destroyed again, there is no coming back. They are destroyed. They're not put into your garage. So they can be good, but you do lose them. The only other negative about them is when you do build them and they're in your base and you're doing certain events like extreme defense, you can lose these. So just be very conscientious of that. So some information here, that's always good to read. I always tell people to follow up and make sure to read these things. Looks like the zone is being busy here. So Recycling Center, definitely good. It's the interesting building that actually does require cash to upgrade. So that's an interesting one there. But other than that, it is resource heavy to upgrade. But not a bad building to have. Build up some troops in an alternative way. It is not part of the same production queue as your armory. So, if you have two based on your ghosts, if you can have two productions going here, you still could have a third going here, separate from that. So, next building, let's talk about the Army Staff Building. This building is very helpful. Does give you a lot of interesting effects that you can have. You create what they call plans based on your HQ size. So more unlock as your HQ does. So at HQ 15, you can unlock this building and start using some of these plans. You can produce 9. So as you're going through and you're making them, realize you can only have 9. So if we wanted this one here, it says use it to immediately obtain resources you can produce in 4 hours. So there you go. You can produce it, but you require these things. You can formulate, take 2 hours to formulate. As you go further up, you'll see on this one, it requires level 24, but see now you need D20, and you also need nuclear materials. So as they go up, so does their requirements. This building does not get leveled up. It always stays at the same level. There's nothing you can do with it. Once it's there, it's there. But it only unlocks, like I said, at HQ 15. Let's see here. And then here's just some of the simple information about it. The one thing, just like anything else, only half the consumer resources will be returned if you cancel a plan under formation. So that's the only thing to know. your plan number does not increase at all. So you'll always have 9, doesn't matter how big your base is. Just realize that as you're building. And some of these things you may not need or want as much of, or you'll produce them and use them immediately. There is a cooldown period, so be aware of that as you're using these things. But a lot of cool things here. Increase your trade capacities, some more of the your return, some more of the we'll call it the war type here. Turning troops 200% speed. Increase your march capacity by 5%. This one's kind of cool. Reduces people scouting or attacking you, so that their troops only move at 500% less. Let's see here. This one here is impact. So if you hit somebody, they'll teleport randomly. Only works one time though, within the 15 minutes. And then rescue is kind of a cool one, where if you use this in 15 minutes, all damaged troops go back to your garage. So kind of a cool building to have. Definitely worth getting that active as soon as you can at 15 and looking at some of those plans. Next building here, your tactical center. Information here. It's a building that does not, it's actually unlocked right away, but it does not, there's no plans or anything. It's always here. Under formation, this is the formation that you can set up for defense or attack. So you can move these around based on what you're going to do for your main attack, your main defense, things like that. So move these around. On the defense side, these here are your defense troops, just so you know where they sit. Under attack, same thing. You might want to change this one around, have a different type of formation. Just really depends on what you're trying to do. So remember, this is for attack. This is just a reminder of how your attacking troops react and all the different things that they can do. All right. Tactical maneuvers. So what's nice about this is you can basically choose whatever officer you want, what level you want, whatever medals you want. Okay. You can equip them. And then what's nice is it will tell you down here, based on the officers and the medals you choose only. No extra boosts, no talents, nothing like that. It'll tell you what the boosts are. Then you can choose your troops up to 275k. And defense, you can add those in if you choose. But you can send this out, email it, you can post it in chats. Most people don't, but if you so desired. So you get to choose. Sorry. Get back in there again. So you can see how they handle. So check out your boosts. Check out your what you would think if somebody would be your opponent. You could always see how that would react. It's kind of a cool thing. I don't know that it gets used a whole heck of a lot, but it definitely is good in the sense that it will teach you a little bit about what these officers can and can't do, and how you might want to set up your formation, or how you might want to try to medal up or anything like that. Try to get these boosts up as high as they can before you start tagging in any of the other boosts, from wingmen or talents or guild buildings, things like that. So this building is a good education source, so I highly recommend using it. Like I said, I don't think it gets used a lot, but definitely a good one. So tactical center, your army staff, and your recycling are all good buildings to have, not necessarily crazy over the top buildings that give you extra things, but good education, give you some little tactics there. Definitely worth looking into. So I hope this is helpful. Please subscribe to the channel, and definitely give the video a like if you enjoyed. I appreciate it. Thank you.